Hello and welcome back. Today it's going to be fun because today I'm going to make an apple wine. The one thing is that we bought an apple juice online and I didn't realize that the juice is actually a small bottle, zero point 0.2. So I have literally, I think, I don't know how many, 3, 6, 9, 12, 24 of these small ones, which is going to be enough for one wine. But yeah, this is not what I expected. So let's get straight into it. All right, so all we have again is our fermenter. Everything's been sanitized, of course. And what we're going to do, we're going to put sugar, we're going to put a juice, we're going to put our yeast, and it's going to make an amazing wine. Okay, it's really nice juice from Flash and Post. We used it before, I believe. We definitely use the grape one. I'm not sure about the apple one. I have high hopes, nevertheless. It's of course 100% juice, and we're going to put a sugar. Now the amount of sugar in everything, I'm going to actually do calculation in the end when we do hydrometer reading, just so everything is together. But for now, let's put it together in and let's get to it. First, sugar. It's exactly 700 grams. Again, the math will be done later on why 700 or why not less, why not more. It's a very specific number, I realize, but everything will be explained. Now it's gonna take a minute to put it all in, so I will see you once it's poured in. All right, so the sugar is in, not all of it because it's a lot stuck in here. Of course, this was sanitized and a lot of sugar is in, but it's no problem because it's been sanitized. We'll just pour the juice in here and then pour the juice from this container back into fermenter to make sure all the sugar is used up. But yeah, now as the sugar is inside, we'll be pouring all this apple juice, Apfelsaft in German, which is it's gonna take us a while. So I'm definitely not gonna show it. I may show you how to put a few bottles, but it's gonna take a minute or two. That's one. There is 23 more to go. Yes, I'm still going. Yes, we're still going, but at least now we have the sugar dissolved already. All right, finally there. It took a minute. Small update, of course, as I mentioned, we've ordered 24 of these small ones, 0.2 liter juices. But obviously, because of the sugar, we cannot put all of it. There I still want some leeway for the fermentation when it happens. It's not a lot of space, so I don't want to push it anymore already. We actually put 21 of those little small glasses, not 24, not 20. So it's 4.2 liters of juice. With sugar, obviously, in the 5 liters, it looks like it's almost full, but only because the sugar is already integrated inside. Okay, just a quick shake to make sure everything is nice together. Okay, and now, of course, very important part. Well, you could say the most important, although you need other steps as well to make wine. But the most important to keep track of your wines, and to do it properly, we need cylinder, hydrometer, and a turkey baster. All right, so we're going to do gravity reading right now. And as I promised, we're going to do some math for you as well. But first, let's see what's the gravity, so we can be a bit more accurate with our guessing. Well, still not floating. Remember, for proper reading, you have to make sure the hydrometer is actually floating. It's the most important thing. Okay, there's some foam. All right, hydrometer is floating. That's the most important. We spin it and we check the gravity. Gravity, roughly what I expected. It looks like about 1.098, I believe. See, yep, No, it actually looks like 1 point. I will do again. There's a little bit of foam. It's difficult to see. We don't have to be that exact, but I like to be as close to exact as possible. Again, keeping in mind that everything is really approximation. Okay, it's actually exactly on point 1100. So 1.100 is a gravity of this brew. And my lovely assistant, I'm sure, just made a note in the background, which is very good, because we need to remember that for the future. Okay. Now, the math. What we did, as I mentioned, we added 700 of sugar, but we have to keep in mind that there is sugar in the juice. Now, the amount of sugar in this juice, specific ones, is 9.7 grams of sugar per 100 milliliters. Okay, so if you calculate it all together, there is 97 grams of sugar per 1 liter overall, plus 700 of sugar we added. Okay, now this amounted to gravity of 1100. Now, if everything goes perfectly smooth, and obviously we all want it to go this way, we will see how it goes. It should go all the way down to gravity 1.000. Now, how do I know it should go all the way down? Well, because of the math. What we are using is Lalvin 71B yeast. This is yeast with alcohol tolerance of 14%. Okay, 14% alcohol. Now, if we do the math, so 1.100 minus 1000 times 131.25 equals roughly between 13 to 14% alcohol. I think this exact goes to 13.12 or 15% alcohol. It's really not, we don't have to go with dots and exact calculations, because again, it's approximation, but roughly it would be between 13 to 14% alcohol. So technically, I know that the gravity and final gravity, when we finish the brew, it should be, well, closer to zero, right? 1000. Now, will it actually be zero? I don't know. It could stall. A lot of things could happen. You never know. You cannot predict your brew. This is very simple recipe. All we do is basically sugar, yeast, and the juice. But things can go wrong, right? And that's why we do the measurements. I think the math is very self-explanatory. If you don't understand it or have any follow-up questions on it, feel free to write in the comments, ask questions. We'll try to help you. Otherwise, again, there is a lot of resources online you can find, which are very easy as well and very helpful if you need new to home brewing especially. All right, so what we're going to do now is, put the yeast in, right? We want to make wine in the end. So we have our funnel and we have our yeast. It was mixed in. Yeah, it's mixed in there. And we just put it back in. Now there is still quite a bit of yeast stuck in the cup, but that's why I have my juice in the cylinder still. Thinking ahead. And yeast goes in. Still a little bit left, not much. There you go. Perfect. All right, and now that's it. What we're going to do, we're going to put our bun on top. This one is not as fancy as some other ones we have, but it does the job perfectly well. It bubbles, it keeps the bugs out, and that's really all you want. You don't want any bugs in your brew, although technically I don't think it would be a big issue, but I think they really like the smell, and if they could, they would get into it, and you don't want to wake up one day with your brew being surrounded by spiders, flies, and I don't know what else, right? So you put this in, and we are done. We're going to give a little shake, just because we can. And now we're going to wait. How long we're going to wait? As always, I don't know. We may wait a week, 2 weeks, 5 weeks, 8 weeks. I don't know. Most likely wine like this would stay still fairly young. By fairly young, I mean, 2-3 months, it would be perfectly nice, I believe. And we will do a tasting test after, the fermentation is done when we bottle it. But a proper tasting test we'll do for, I think, all of our videos after 6, months or after 12 months, when the brew had time to rest, had time to mellow, had time to had time to develop the flavors, so to say. And the same will be in this case, right? So we'll definitely keep you updated. We'll do another part, we'll do tastings. This recipe was very simple, but again, any questions, let us know in the comments. Otherwise, thank you very much, and see you the next time.